There we go. Hey everybody, welcome to Short Games Live, and welcome back to Forward Compatible. My name is Steven, and this is Bastion. It's part 3, and I feel like we're pretty far into the game, honestly. But it's been like at least 6 years since I've played it, so my concept of time and how long it's been since I've played this is probably pretty wrong, so we'll see. Hang tight with me, guys. I've got to retype in my information. There we go. I've got chat now. Okay, cool. Today has been...
That note cuts straight to the heart of things, don't it?
Quite a day. Quite a day. Ugh. Why does everything look dark? Oh, and look, I didn't fix the line in the middle of the screen. Why is that there?
It ain't too late to unlock the potential of this place.
Hello, Clifford Longhead.
Zolf's messenger was one of his people.
Don't think I've seen you here before.
Just how many of them survived, and what exactly Zolf told him.
And hello, Inferior. Oh, there we go.
Finding gourmet ingredients ain't easy these days, but we'll take what we can get. The note says it plain. Zia, go east to learn the truth about the calamity and our people. I'll be waiting. Sincerely, Zolf.
Alright, a few questions. Kaylin, I'm sorry, Armchair Warlord from Twitch asks, have you ever won...
just in time to sample Zia's famous cooking.
Oh, interesting. This is going to take me into a thing, I bet. Okay. Have you ever won a prize from a t-shirt gun, like at a ball game? No, I don't believe I have. I have won a t-shirt from like a raffle, I think.
Now that's a lot of guns for just one kid.
That's about it.
But he can hold his own.
Clifford asks, or says, he's doing awesome. What about you? I'm doing okay. It's been a really long day. Wednesdays are always really hectic for me.
That's the way to make every shot count. Even the army never issued carbines in such fine shape.
I'm on the back end of it. Although I did have a flat tire today, so that sucked, and I haven't gotten it changed yet. So we'll see what happens there, guys.
We need an awful big lost and found under the circumstances. It wasn't fixed, it was unbroken.
What do we have here? Bull brandy would be really nice. I feel like I said that last night when I saw it. No, Kaylin, that is actually Monday's podcast, so we're not there yet.
He wolfs down too much too fast, and it all goes to his head.
Alright, I guess we're going to hear about Zia's backstory now.
I've said a lot about the kid, but he ain't the only one wrapped up in all this. What's he thinking? Let me see if I got this straight. I only heard it once.
Oh, shoot. That's alright, Kaylin. I forgive you. I know you will, Kaylin. Oh, shoot. forgot. They explode.
Once there was a normal girl, but she wasn't born in the Tassel terminals like the rest of her people. She was from Ceylondia.
Oof. Hey Pablo. Yeah, Kalen, the reason the chat window is absent is because I record and stream forward compatibles. And so for the sake of the review, I don't want the chat window appearing. Because when we use that B-roll, it needs to look clean. What am I supposed to do here? I don't remember. Wait, is there a plant over here? Oh my gosh, there's totally a plant over there hiding.
Taken in and raised inside the city, on condition they would never return to the terminals.
Yep, this is forward compatible week, and this is
stay for life.
This is the game. It's called Bastion.
City's secrets leaking out.
One of my all-time favorites.
Her mama passed away from birth and complications, leaving the girl trapped inside that city with no one but her father. Her father was sharper than a brusher's pike, so he got a job working for the city's mancers. His daughter barely saw him.
Got him.
The father told her nothing of her heritage. He told her nothing of the mancers. It's for your own good, he said.
Come on.
She took to studying the arts, learned more through music than history books.
Armchair
Gained a
Warlord
knack for strings and songs.
from Twitch says, not gonna lie, whenever I see FC I get a little excited. I obsess over Far Cry. That's why New Dawn was such a letdown. New Dawn was to Kaylin as Primal was to Steven. Yeah, that sounds accurate. Although New Dawn wasn't, I wasn't too keen on New Dawn either. I didn't hate it. It was fun, but it was still a huge letdown. I think 5 had already lowered my standards outside of arcade. Pablo says, "Yo boy, got an Epic Gamer chair for Christmas." That's awesome.
Classmates spread word that her father was an trader.
Is it like one of those that has the speakers in the back, or is it just like a really comfortable chair to be used for gaming? Oh, hey, Aaron. Hey, Aaron, you have an iPhone, right, Aaron? Am I correct in assuming that?
One young man stood up for her, or so he led her to believe. He knew much of her heritage, and she grew fond of him.
Yeah, the crafting was an interesting addition. Oof. You actually got me on that one. What? Oh my gosh. It's starting to become a tradition of forward compatible that Steven gets really irritated at something that probably has nothing to do with the video game. There we go.
The young man convinced her to take him
Okay.
to the family den to meet her father.
I was just going to say that this game that I'm playing right now is actually free on iOS right now, and I for some reason I thought you had an iPhone because I know you do a lot of your streaming from the phone, and I'm not used to other people besides myself having Android. I think you're better for it personally because I'm much in the camp of Android over iPhone, but I'm just so used to people having
When the
an
young
iPhone.
man greeted her father in the Ura's native language,
But anyone who doesn't have an iPhone, this game is free until January 1.
them out.
Oh no.
The young man never told her that the Ura's native language is not to be
Oh,
used
there's that
by
song again.
foreigners. To do so is a terrible insult. It was then that she decided to escape. The two of them could flee the city together and go to the Tassel terminals.
So the narrator right now is telling Zia's story, which is the girl that's singing right now. And he does get some pretty serious lines in, but he tends to speak with.
They would hide inside a garbage bin until it got ingested by a scumbag. Then let him slosh on out of the
What's the
city
word I'm
for
looking for?
disposal.
Tends to sound like he's exaggerating a fishing story. You know, like he embellishes a lot. That's the word I'm looking for. These freaking sand lions, or whatever they're called, are ruining Zia's beautiful song. Crap. Come on. That's crap. And this is the disadvantage of running all ranged weapons. And I'm about to run out of healing. Keelan says a couple of issues to address with the chat window going forward. It takes up real estate on the screen as well as muddies up clips, highlight recordings, and has the potential to reveal bad messages before deleted. Yeah, that's absolutely right. We need to find a better solution for the chat because, like, for me, it just doesn't really work. That is not Jake singing. I can see why you would think so, though. But unlike Jake, Zia is singing an original song.
I dig my
Ugh.
Her plan almost succeeded, but the authorities were already there when that scumbag sidled up to the city walls. The young man had sent the authorities a tip. Told him her father was using her to sell secrets to the Tazzle terminals.
4 more left. Jeez. I'm gonna die. Now I can just snipe you.
She and her father were arrested for treason, but her father got a deal. Returned to work for the Mansers, and she'd go free.
Pablo, that sounds terrible. I don't play Destiny anymore. They completely lost me with the recent update where they changed the way builds work because they ruined it.
And lock yourself in.
I agree, Kaylin. Crap. But even like, oh no. Even when I try to have all the chat windows, it just doesn't seem to work. So I guess what I'm saying is that I'm not arguing that we don't need to do it. I'm just saying that we need to find a better way to do it. I agree. Armchair the Warlord. Cat from YouTube says, it's Thief Double Pistol 3. It is. But hey, look, I'm also a Deadeye. I know you'll appreciate that. But Pablo, I didn't realize that you asked, will you ever play Destiny? Possibly. Jake plays a lot of Destiny still. Oh no, it's Shadow Kid. Oh, it's multiple Shadow Kids. Gotta get my squirts to come help me. Fool just punched me. Oh shoot! Dang it. I keep forgetting about the explosions.
The next day, the door to the den turned to ash. The girl came up for air, and she saw the calamity all around her.
Dang. Oh, I completed it. Barely. One more reflection, and I would have or one more round, and I would have been over.
When the kid wakes up, his world's still in pieces, just the way he left it.
Man, I was feeling pretty dehydrated at work. Gotta upgrade my pistols again. Bullet ricochet on contact or target penetration. I know you don't, Cat. I'm just messing with you. Armchair Warlord from Twitch asks, why don't you like Jake's Frankenstein zebra cake dessert? Don't yuck to his yum. Is that the one with like mayonnaise or something? Because that sounds terrible. I'm sorry. I just can't do it. I have my limits.
It's no longer a weapon. It's a precision instrument.
That's pretty cool. Like, I'm not judging him as a person for eating that. But I'm judging him a little bit as a person for eating that.
The Triggers, my brothers, bravest men I ever knew. I've asked a lot of the kid, but this is something he's done on his own.
I guess that needs to go away. I get judged for everything I do, say, and think, Kalen. So... people want to... Alright, Kalen. Thanks for stopping in. Where's the bull brandy? There's bull brandy.
Bull brandy is thicker than paint. Makes your skin feel as tough as knife bark. The shards are
I'll
getting
still be
harder
here,
to
Kalen.
find.
The shards are getting harder to find. Gotta go to the proving ground.
Let's Trigger Hill, where the Army's elite became the finest marksmen in the land. Ceylonia's army only took the best, and the best of them trained on Trigger Hill. The Triggers believed they were nothing without their rifles.
If you guys would like me to try different weapons, just let me know.
Nothing beats the feel of shooting a Ceylonian army carbine. Sometimes you had to take care to steady your shot. The Triggers had clearance to modify their guns however they chose. Some felt the course was too easy, so the Triggers spiced things up a bit.
I love this gun. Pow.
The kid ain't bad, but the Triggers were better.
Yeah, I can do better. Hey, Austin. Under 35 seconds. Oh, I can totally do that.
If you want to master the art of the firearm,
I was only 1
then
second
the
late.
place to
It's
go
because that
is
first
Trigger
target.
Hill.
Okay. I don't know why that missed again. That was dead on. What is happening? Crap! I don't know why this target's being such a dick. No matter what I do, it misses. There we go. Okay. Why are you dying laughing, cat? Crap! If I miss a single shot, basically, is what this game is telling me, then I have to start over. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna absolutely get it. Are you freaking kidding? Oh my god. Austin from YouTube says, probably won't be here for long since it's school night for me tomorrow night and then I'm on Christmas break. Okay. I'm gonna get it. I think that... Oh my god. I think I just need to not stream on Wednesdays. Honestly, I think that's what it is. I think I'm just so frustrated and just exhausted from today that I need to just take a break, you know? But I'm here. Dealing with the one crucial flaw this game has, which is the targeting system. Fail again. 36 seconds. This has been so irritating. I can get it. I'm like right there. What the heck? Oh my gosh. I've destroyed...
quite a bit steeper now that the calamity's had its way.
I'm telling you, it's got to be part of a forward compatible every single week now that I get insanely irritated at the game. Unless if it's Alan Wake. I didn't get irritated at Alan Wake at all. Got it.
Like it was nothing.
I'm glad you thought so, Austin. It is also one of my favorite games of all time. Oh look, it's a special move that I'm probably never gonna use. Because I've got my squirt charmer, whatever it's called.
The Ceylandian army would have recruited him in a flash.
You just saying that. Fast shot. Okay. Alright, on to the next mission.
No risk of Culford Cauldron ever erupting again, they used to say. Guess they were wrong. Not everything blew up in the calamity. Why, Culford Cauldron here blew up way ahead of its time. The cauldron boiled over some 300 years ago. They say it filled the sky.
Great hiding spot, guys.
And the lakes with molten rock. wanted to survive something like that, you had to learn to adapt.
Austin, you may want to reword that because I didn't understand
So
what
in
you
a
meant
way,
either.
the beasts of the wilds, they're all survivors too. Best to keep out of the cauldron.
Oh, upgraded. That's what it meant. Got it. I'm tracking now.
It takes a certain stubborn pride to keep on living in a place like this. As for us, we learned an awful lot from Culford Cauldron. That learning led to some...
Are you
interesting
freaking kidding me?
inventions. The
All right.
raw power of the
Why not?
world fell right into our
Why not, guys? Here's a flamethrower. Come on. What is happening? What is catching my shot? There we go.
Playing with the cauldron's fires became an addiction.
I don't remember this weapon at all from my first playthrough.
Can't fault our people for their natural curiosity now, can you? Sure, we dusted off a good many secrets out here.
I will admit, it's doing good work.
But we
Oh, it's
discovered
Hayes!
other things
Hey, Hayes.
better off not knowing.
I was wondering where you've been.
The unforgiving scent of sulfurous dirt.
Okay, that's not what I meant to do. Ow.
Taste the air so hot it sticks to your lungs.
I gotcha. How have they been going? And are they done? I hate these things. I'm just gonna... Okay.
All sorts of awful things crawling underfoot.
So how are you guys doing tonight?
Never thought we'd find so much life.
I feel like I've
in
talked
that
a
ash.
good bit about how my evening's been going. I want to hear from you guys. Also, Kat, I've never
The
seen you
more ash
correct
we
somebody
swept aside, the more light
when they
we
called
found.
you by your actual name. And it occurred to me that I've never called you by Caitlin, so good to know that I've not been offending you this whole time, I guess.
We kept on sifting through the cauldron's secrets anyway.
Alright. So, from this point onward, I'm going to try letting you guys pick my weapons. So, I'm going to pick my weapons this time, just because there's, delay between me and when you guys see this and when I see the chat. So, keep in mind all these weapons. You got the Fire Bellows, which is a flamethrower, Army Carbine, which is a sniper rifle, Brusher's Pike, which is a spear, pistols, shotgun, machete, bow, crossbow, and hammer. Be thinking about what you guys want me to use and let me know for the next arsenal, and I will use them. Yeah, I know, Kat, but I've never seen the way other people address you, so for this whole time, as far as I could have known, Caitlin was normal for you, and I've been not doing what's normal. Ow.
But still, we pressed on.
And yes, I agree, Kat, it's easier to remember. Ooh. Fire Bellows breaks through those guards. That's nice.
After all, when we look down inside Colford Cauldron,
Oof.
look down through all the smoke and flames.
What's the story behind that, Austin? Also, I'm pretty sure Logan had that very same
Saw
nickname
it there,
in high
heart
school.
of the world, the heart now laid bare by the calamity.
These things are going to be fun to deal with. Oh, here we go.
We had to have it. As for the kid, he just has to get that shard out of there. Too bad taking that thing woke up every last stink eye from here to Charleston Bog.
Jolson's Bog.
Kid's thinking he's got to trek all the way back around the cauldron. Sure, it ain't the most convenient path.
Come on, get burnt, get burnt. Austin says, he said nickname Ozzy. A friend named Valerie gave it to him. He didn't mind it. Oh,
Biggest
goodness.
stink eye he's ever seen's waiting for him on the other side. Well, it ain't polite to stare.
I almost said Caitlin. Oh. Kat says, best friend in 6th grade started to call me Kat, and it stuck.
And where there's one
I'm
stink
not even
eye,
gonna say that,
there's always
because that's just inviting people to. Never mind. I wasn't gonna say anything mean about anybody. I was going to say a fact about myself, but I realized that. Oh my gosh! I realized I suck at this game. Is what I realized. Ditch. Hayes says, was his nickname in 10th grade. Why? I'm
The
curious.
Cauldron's tenants all gather up to bid the kid a fond farewell. The kid don't shed any tears for him, though.
Why am I having such a hard time staying on the platform this time? Oh, shoot. That's Hayes got his nickname Ditch because he fell in a ditch.
With a good spyglass, you can still see the cauldron from the city.
I guess that makes sense. I was wondering if maybe because, like, you ditched school one time.
Fire's died out. There's
But
nothing
no,
left of it.
just because you fell in a ditch.
He comes back looking like the inside of a chimney. The shard works like a charm. You can hear the monument's heartbeat again.
Alright.
We're all a little short on friends these days, so that's a welcome sight.
Hey, look. Hey, look, Zia. It's my pecker. Oh, Pecker did. No, come back. Come back. It was funny. Come back here. I own you.
They said the wild could never be tamed. If only they could see us now.
Stop. And so I said to her,
Give the little
hey, look, Zia. It's my pecker.
Gotta watch your fingers around that little.
Come back here. You're misbehaving. Discover lost momentum.
The culture.
Nice. Oh wow, that was a
Still
lot of
life of old unwanted keepsakes.
money, whatever we're calling it. Hayes says it was an all-day competition, about 2 hours from my house, so I got asked about 40 times while I was covered in mud. They says, Steven, no, think of Compa. Armchair Warlord on Twitch says, Misa back. Yep. Did you guys think about what weapons you want me to bring? Because I feel like I need to change it up a little bit. I'm going to look at my upgrades that I have to choose from, but these are your options. Take a peek here. Okay, and then here. Those are all your options.
I wouldn't have thought
Think
to
about
bring
it.
a bellows to a shootout, but it just might work. The arsenal's complete in case we need protection.
Shotgun says Hayes. Machete says Austin. All right.
That ought to give those dueling pistols a little extra kick.
So that's what we're going to do.
Points just don't get any sharper than that.
Also, Austin says I crossed the line. Armchair Warlord on Twitch says, is husbandry when a lady marries a male horse? I'm gonna use hand grenade. pointy. Sure. Yeah, Kaylin is over on watching us on Twitch. So everyone on YouTube, I will be relaying, and on Facebook if anyone's watching on Facebook, I'm going to try to relay everything that comes through on the chat.
We spotted a pecker carrying a shard to Mount Zan.
Hear that? We spotted a pecker carrying a shard. We're gonna try this.
Grady Incinerator's where we sent off all our trash to be burned or be eaten by the wilds.
Hayes and Austin, you guys asked for the machete and the shotgun, so I'm bringing the machete and the shotgun.
Welcome to Grady.
Although Austin, I'm pretty sure you've seen the machete,
wing.
so I'm surprised you asked for that. Which is
In
fine.
all seriousness, the incinerator was a dump, and it had a problem with peckers.
Had a problem with peckers. Just never mind.
Blast the things would swoop in and spread trash all around until we started using fire. We couldn't just torch them all at once. We had to use restraint.
Oh.
The peckers were willing to fight tooth and nail for all that trash.
What? Oh, I see. Whatever you want to do, Kaylin.
Know how we kept the city clean?
Fine by
Put
me.
all our trash in Grady Incinerator.
Austin says, I have obtained string. And Kaylin over at Twitch was saying he's going to try to grow our Twitch chat. Well, by being over there on Twitch.
Peckers that flock together were easy pickings.
Come on. Okay, I'm done with this. Kaylin, if you want to be on Twitch, that's totally fine. That's really your preference.
You'd almost think those peckers like getting cooked.
It's completely up to you. Austin got string used to tighten a hoodie. Kat asked, why did you not have it to start? Which I reflect that sentiment. I am wondering why you didn't have it, but I also understand because for me, like whenever I would wash my jackets, the string, I would always forget to tie the string and it would always fly off. So I would always lose the string on my jackets. So I get it. Hayes is Galen.
Not much left of Mount Zan nowadays. It's like a cross between a zoo and a prison break. Can't rightly call Mount Zan a mountain anymore. There's no more mountains now.
1 second. I'm just in trees. Oh no.
There's no place left
Oh
for the
no.
beasts of the wild to go.
Oh no.
So they figure they'll hold out right here, on a slab of mountain the Calamity forgot.
I don't like this. Come on. Whew. That was close. Austin, I feel like you and Colin have been getting in fights a lot longer. Which, I get it. I was at one point the youngest of 3 boys.
Those beasts been hoarding all the valuables they could find. We only found their little lair because they found themselves a little shard.
Well, Kaylin, it's like I said before.
Good thing for those beasts, the calamity.
Kaylin on YouTube mentioned that Rise of Skywalker is getting mixed reviews. In the past, I did say that you're going to have one of 2 situations with Rise of Skywalker. Either it's going to suck because it doubles down with what Last Jedi did, which is, you know, having no story. Or it was going to spend all of its time... Well, let me rephrase that, because that first one was definitely a biased opinion. It was either going to commit to Last Jedi's choices and have a more fragmented story, because Last Jedi seemed like it was trying to be more standalone, or it was going to spend its entire time trying to retcon Last Jedi, in which case it has the potential to be good, in my opinion, but
Creatures of the wild, they've been building a
how
bastion
good
of
can a
their own.
movie that tries to do the story work of an entire trilogy in one movie, how good can it really be, you know? What did you do, Austin?
They even drag their children into this.
Oh!
Without a doubt, the situation stinks.
Oof. Come on. Oh my gosh. I hate these things. Finally! Oh my word. Oh, Lord help me. I don't know. I haven't looked up anything for Rise of Skywalker yet, except for, you know, seeing article headlines that say, hey, this movie kind of sucks.
Best thing we can do for those beasts right now is put them down
but
quick and clean.
I do feel like I already kind of know where they're headed, and I do think it's going to do more of the latter of what I talked about which is spending the majority of the movie backtracking on what Rian Johnson did to screw it all up. Or at least trying to... Let me rephrase that. I think it's going to be pretty clear by the end of this thing that J.J. Abrams did not like The Last Jedi. And if you did, that's totally fine. I respect your opinion, but I did.
City left behind.
I have never hated a big budget film more than I hated The Last Jedi. Again, personal opinion, you know. Kaylin asks, if you make honor roll, are you honor roll? Whew. That's funny.
There's only one kind of mercy left these
Don't
days.
apologize, Caleb.
Takes a lot of convincing, and our borders have to do the talking.
Murder's being planned, says Cat. Goodness.
Look at it this way. It's either them or us. But if we win, they win too. Our Bastion is everybody's game, not just ours. Unfortunately, there's no explaining that to a simple beast. Those beasts been hard at work fixing up the place.
Look, the pistols are my favorite weapon in this game. Oh my gosh, I just alt-tabbed again. Because if Rux is going to talk about me like I'm...
They've been searching for
like this is
cores and
an old
shards,
western, like,
just like we
gunslinger
have.
folktale. I'm going to be a gunslinger, you know?
They've rounded up their survivors, just like we have.
Yeah, but the problem with running Thief for a character that's based on the kid is that I am probably in the minority when it comes to using the pistols primarily. Most people probably use the hammer because that's the weapon he's known for. I just got a message on Facebook. Also, why do I have Facebook open right now? Also, if you haven't yet, you guys should go check out the video I posted in the Sound Lounge on Discord. The cursed video. I'm changed after watching that. What's your favorite winter event from any game? That's a good question.
Maybe they've thought about turning back, just like we have. We just really need their shard.
I honestly don't know, because I feel like I don't play seasonal events that much. But I'll get back. Throw some examples out there maybe, and I might be able to...
Kid got it fair and square.
Okay. Understood. Oh. I forgot I have the grenade. Oof. That wasn't so
That's
bad.
the way.
I did enjoy Winter's Day on Guild Wars 1. I haven't really played
He's
much
done
Winter's
what's
Day on
best
Guild Wars
for him.
2.
Don't you worry. Don't you worry. We'll all be better off once the Bastion is complete. The monument's getting better. Zolf sure did a number on it, though.
I guess I'm going to be able to upgrade everything.
Fix that thing right up, didn't we? Made these goings-on a little livelier.
Oh, can I listen to music now?
Suppose it's true a little song can put things in perspective.
Oh, yep. There it is. It's just easy listening. I wonder if it'll deactivate when I go into one of these places.
The memorial may be finished, but our part is far from over.
Let's find out. I'm good, it's still playing.
The cinders kept the city good and warm, made it thrive. The faith, Mother, this one's for you. The conscience, we haven't lost everything, long as we have that.
Quickly put 12 bullets into a single foe without missing. I can do that. I'm surprised I haven't already done that. Come on. Gotta spend 10,000 fragments. Oh, so yeah, I just need to spend a fragment. Holy crap, that's a lot of money. Heck yes. You guys enjoy this song while I look at my phone real quick.
For too long. Come build that wall up to the sky. Come build that wall up to the sky. Someday your bird is gonna fly. Gonna build that wall until it's done.
Kalen, Death Stranding is a big fat nothing for me. Like, I'm not gonna even, because it wouldn't be fair for me to put it on any kind of list, except for top 10 games that annoyed me this year. But I can't say it's one of the worst games of the year because I haven't played it. It's not fair. So I'm just not going to mention it, honestly. That only seems fair.
Squirt cider will toughen you right up. Too bad about the musty aftertaste.
Alright, let's upgrade some stuff.
You'd never guess those things been to the wilds and back.
Kalen says, I applaud you, good sir. For what? Seems to be pretty good on damage, so I'll do aiming speed.
Nothing makes a gun so dangerous as a keen eye.
Oh, I think I've actually got all the weapons.
Gonna build that city on a hill.
The city,
Boom.
its riches, nothing but fragments now.
Build that city
I just got paid money for spending money. That's what I've been looking for. But I need the mortar, don't I? That sucks. I got you, Cam. Of course. It only seems fair.
Don't build that wall up to the sky.
Yeah.
That mortar's gonna leave a lasting impression.
I might upgrade the mortar a good bit. I don't think Jake ever got it. But I could be wrong. He was very tempted. But I think he's over it.
Taught him an old trick from a galleon gunner I once knew.
There it is.
With all that firepower, kid looks like he's ready to raid a fort.
Let's go raid a fort.
Just a couple shards left. The quarry's gotta have one, right?
Alright, where's the mortar challenge? There it is. Oh, I didn't get to hit the info button.
Celandia's armada was a glorious sight, and our ship's mortars were unstoppable. At Boundless Bay, our Navy put those mortars through a rigorous inspection.
Alright, what am I doing?
Had to use squirts to simulate explosive impact on the surface of the sea. Galleon skippers needed to be patient, needed to fire at just the right times. Sounds like the kid's mortar's in tip-top shape.
Second prize, okay. Sure, that was pretty good. Let's try that again. 80 casualties or more is what I need.
And I've got the place.
Okay, I should have upgraded the blast radius for this very reason.
A variety of modifications could be used to enhance the power of a mortar. You could almost see the fireworks.
Wow.
Over Boundless Bay.
That was really easy. Bomb barrage. Cool. I think I can actually upgrade the mortar again.
Good
So,
thing we got to that mortar before the beasts of the wild learned how to use it.
can you imagine beasts of the wild using a mortar as a weapon? Goodness.
Wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of those.
Did I really get another challenge? I got 2. Wow.
The skippers delivered us from the motherland. The inspiration,
Awesome.
the forge, can
Kaylin
fashion
asks,
anything.
question, will the Chortle Boys ever put a card game, board game, or mobile game as one of their top 10 picks for best games of the year? Are those disqualified from the selection? That's a great question.
Sometimes I want to
Kaylin.
ask him, why do any of this? But truth is, I don't want to know.
And I think that it's very possible. In fact, I'm glad you brought that up because I really feel like Sentinels of the Multiverse should be on my top 10. Because even though I think Oblivion came out last year. I may have gotten it this year. I'm not sure. But I feel like it was one of the highlights for this year for me.
The secret to how we built Celandia so tall and proud lies in Burstone Quarry.
And I feel like there's a very good chance that Divinity Original Sin 2's board game that's coming out next year is going to be one of my top of the year. It sounds really awesome.
Imagine everything you'd need to build a city like Celandia. It takes hard work and planning, and it also takes Burstone Quarry. The Ura tunnels beneath the quarry must have softened the blow from the calamity. We bought the whole place from the Ura on the cheap. Same goes for its natives, Rattletail.
I feel like the problem, though, Kalen, is that Jake and I, or I guess mainly Jake, doesn't have the opportunity to really play like board games, because where he is, I don't know if he hangs out with many people. He might, I don't know. I know they tried to play Sentinels of Multiverse at work one time, and he called me telling me to explain the game, and I tried, and they were just like, this is too complicated, so they didn't play it. Which, it is really complicated the first time you play it, but I've had to explain the game to so many people so many times because I've basically forced everyone I know. Oh, it sucked. Oh my gosh. There we go. Out of my range.
The quarry came with a lifetime supply of windbags.
What do you got? That's a good question that I should ask. I don't know how many people are listening right now. Oh, these guys are. Oh, yeah, got it. What do you guys want to see from us in 2020? That's for everyone who would like to answer. Chortle Games 2020, what do you want to see? More forward compatible, less forward compatible, different segments, more board games, less content.
Not only are these rocks a source of life,
what do you guys
found that the oldest ones remember things.
Is very nice. Hayes says extra life. So you are wanting extra life to come back next year?
They're recording everything, all the time, taking it all in. No wonder all those beasts were drawn to the quarry. The rocks were calling out.
I really like having the mortar.
Keeping the quarry free from pests turned out to be a problem. Windbags tended to the rocks, so we had to keep the Rattletails at bay. Without those,
it's actually making the game too easy.
Not having special qualities. Now, why would the Ura sell off such a fascinating place? The Ura always were a superstitious lot. Might be the gods told them the quarry's bad news.
Kalen says, loving the reviews. Maybe reviews of any new game you make a stream series out of. Example, Fallen Order, Chortle review. Wouldn't mind nerding out with you guys over the internet if you live stream. I really enjoyed doing reviews because, like, a big thing for me is that I've been trying to, I don't know, I guess like offer something to the school of thought. where I don't just, you know, play video games and scream into the void, but where I can at least give a thought-out version of my opinion. That's something I've wanted to do for a while. So I really enjoy doing reviews. I really enjoy doing these. It's a little difficult to like be excited about it when I feel like
In any case,
it's just me screaming into the void again, if that makes sense. Because like viewership for this week has been pretty bad, and that's okay. I mean, it is what it is. People have lives, but like, it is hard for me to be ow. It is hard for me to be motivated when I feel like I'm only doing this for myself. Because something that I've learned about myself over the years is that if I'm to be motivated to do something, it needs to be for someone other than myself, because I don't do things for myself a lot, because what's the point?
those rocks, all polished to a mirror sheen.
Yeah, Kalen, all that be said. Rant over. Yeah, I would love to do more game reviews. It's just a matter of figuring out how to do it well.
The largest
Since
one, you know,
pretty
is
much
Coors.
everybody else would be playing those same games. Like for a game like, say, Daemon X Machina, that would have been easier to do a review of because no one really talked about it when it came out. So it would have been easier for us to be like, hey, here's this game. And there are some games out there like that where we might actually be able to get our 2 cents in.
The smaller ones, we call them shards.
I feel like Wargroove would have been a really good opportunity to do something like that. Ow! But we just didn't. Yeah, I thought that streaming Fishbowl was an absolute blast. And I think they had a really good time
Shards
too.
got a fraction of the core's power, enough to fuel a voyage to the motherland.
Indie reviews. Yeah. I would be down with that. Cause like, I feel like it's easier for me to talk about indie games. Well, it's easier for me to objectively enjoy
These
indie
rocks are
games.
much too young to be a use.
I don't know if it's easier for me to talk about them because I tend to have an easier time talking when there's a balance of good and bad. And I feel like it's harder to
Remember how I said
criticize the
Rattletails
bad
ain't
with
the
indie
worst thing
games
in
because
Quarry?
there usually is good reason for fault
That
in
honor
indie
goes
games
to
existing.
a beast we took to Colin, Sir Lunky. Massive things stomp many of our boys.
Oh
We just
my.
need to get rid of him. The only thing harder than the rocks first of Quarry is Sir Lunky's head.
And this is why I bring the mortar. You can drop turrets. Let's go.
We never could get stubborn old Lunky to leave the Quarry alone.
With all that being said, though,
Then the kid hears a voice calling from down
I am
the hall.
working on something
Are you alright?
that I'm pretty excited about that I can't talk about. That I'm hoping will be happening early 2020. So look forward to something different. Can't say if it'll be good
It's
or not.
him.
It'll be different.
I've come to warn you, he says. The Bastion is under siege.
Oh no!
Let it fall. You should not go back. Kid hears him, but he ain't about to be deterred. If that's the way it is, he says, then I won't stop you. Because my countrymen will.
Oh, this is where the game gets pretty serious. Yeah, it's something that doesn't really have to do with gaming. So we'll see.
Say what you will about Zulf, but he's a man of his word. His countrymen don't much care for pleasantries, though. Too bad for that.
I expect PS5 and Xbox Series X unboxing
Zulf
videos.
showed him the way here.
I don't know if you should expect an Xbox Series X unboxing video. Because I don't know if Jake's going to be getting one. I know I'm not going to be getting one. I have a PC. I don't need one.
They got inside the Bastion and shut the door. Kid's gotta go in through the back. I should have told him sooner about all this. Unfortunately, they broke in. And they started digging their holes. Something wrong.
No! Save the animals! Except for Pecker, he can die.
Stop them, but we needed help. Our baby Pecker, he don't make it.
Wait, was Pecker the only one that died so far?
Somehow,
Dang.
some way, he sends those Ura packing. Problem is, it didn't matter. Zulf's plan worked.
So the Pecker died. It actually was the only one that died. So when I first played that level, I think every single one of my
We
animals died.
find each other as the dust settles. Then I tell him why the Ura came. To get us back. For the calamity. It was Ceylandia's master plan to wipe the Ura out. But part of that plan backfired, didn't it? If only Zulf knew the whole story. What were we to think? They must have got her, taken her back to her rightful home.
So they've got Zia.
The shards can put this disease in remission, but there's only one cure. We need to finish what we started.
I don't, Kalen. I haven't started on any of that, unfortunately. And it's kind of stressing me out. Because I've got a lot of stuff to do this week. Or the rest of this week. Glad you survived, Squirt. Glad you survived, Bull. I'm indifferent on you, Ankle Gator.
The Mercy. The windbags ain't the only beast that drew a bad lot. The Slingers. The Wilds, what they're calling.
There's a really cool lore to this game. Because, like, I think each one of the weapons represents a people group within the game.
Seems the gods recommended this place to all their friends.
Definitely.
Now
not
all
good.
we need is one last shard.
I second that, Kalen.
Still no mail. Go figure.
Am I expecting mail?
The sanctuary.
I'm doing
If we
really
can
well in
build,
these challenges.
we can rebuild.
Hands are cold.
The Ura swooped down from the east. At least now we know the way.
We did not. That's a good point, Kalen. I will be very excited to hear about, or well, to see what they do with a Bioshock sequel.
Urzendra Gate used to lead down to the terminals. Now it leads up to the stars.
And Bioshock is one of those games that I feel like may eventually lead to a forward compatible. I don't think I'm quite at 5 years since I've played it, but it's close. I don't even know if our fireplace works, Caitlin. I'm a little nervous about taking these
One last
weapons.
shard. It's all we need to put this mess behind us. And mother, what a mess it is.
In fact, I'm going to go back and bring the rifle. I think it's to, Caitlin's asking why do people poke the log when they're, like, when there's a fire in, like, the fireplace. I think it's so they don't choke out the flame. Because I think if you move it around, the fire has more room to breathe. I think. I've never done that, so I'm probably wrong. Hey, McCoy! So tired, he says. What's going on? Just been a long day / week at work.
The calamity can be undone, but it's important to understand why it happened. Zolf said the calamity failed, and he's right. The Ura stand is living proof of that.
Oh, okay. Bye, McCoy. Thanks for stopping in. Dang, the rifle's fast now. Call me tomorrow, McCoy. We have to talk. Also, LOD. Right? Am I right? You remember? You remember?
At the heart of the calamity was a simple idea. We never wanted to go to war again. Wanted to rule it out.
Are you actually headed to bed, McCoy, or are you here to hang out for a little bit? I will also be going to Star Wars. What time are you going?
We put a lot of folks against that problem. Scientists, soldiers, spies, even me.
Oh, so, oh. Well, I'm still going on Thursday.
It's far beyond the city. We traveled near as far as the kids go right now.
Okay, well, I'm pretty much able to take a phone call whenever tomorrow. So just hit me up when you've got the time. I almost don't need the pistols. LOD. It's gonna happen, McCoy. The game has gotten a lot of traction these past few weeks when the rumors started to come out. So even if they aren't working on one, I feel like they're gonna start contemplating working on one. Yes, Kalen, Legend of Dragoon. Do you know Legend of Dragoon? Does Kalen know LOD? Or were you here for the Game Awards to hear all that mess? Kalen, you may have just earned a big fan in McCoy.
Most of our efforts didn't bear fruit.
Oh no. What have I done? What have I done?
Then there was a breakthrough, but it didn't.
That's like my favorite Anakin line. Like, I hate sand is overrated. What have I done? That's the real Anakin line. You know what I mean, boy. Gosh, my hands are freezing.
It came from an Ura, a brilliant young scientist named Ven. Ven worked for the Mancers, the sharpest knives in the city's drawer.
Oh, I got the country. Nice. Very good, McCoy.
With his help, the Mancers devised a way to seal the Ura tunnel shut
I'm glad you're
in
here.
a flash. Just like that, every last Ura living in the Tassel terminals will be gone.
No, Kalen. Thank you for reminding me. I will do that. I will pull it up on my Discord or my Spotify, whatever, right now. Sorry.
This discovery was never to be used, they said, except as a last resort.
Gosh, these freaking bombs. It says, honestly, I don't even need a remake / remaster / update or whatever it's called. Just give me the PC port that never released so I don't have to run a ROM or keep up with scratchy discs. That's fair. You could always just buy a PS3 or a PSP and play it that way. Actually, I think you could totally get a PSP and play it that way. Which, as cheap as PSPs are, it might be worth it. I got you, Caitlin. I appreciate it. Good.
But Ven didn't like being manipulated. He had plans of his own. He sabotaged the Mancer's little science project, set it to blow up in their faces. We're lucky to be alive.
Aha! There we go. Oh, bomb. I agree with that, Kalen.
Imagine how Ven must have felt when they finally made him pull that trigger.
Ow. So, I've been apparently traveling for
But
7
remember,
days.
the Bastion can fix everything. We just need that shard.
Oof. There's that shard. Alright, what awful thing am I gonna have to fight? Yep.
Too bad the Ura ain't exactly been willing to collaborate on that front.
Gosh, these things suck.
For now, Kid had little choice but to pick up where the Calamity left off.
That's good, McCoy. Is that sarcasm? Is it actually good? What are we dealing with here?
First things first, though. There's someone we figured needed rescuing. Zia.
I need gloves. That's what I need.
The Ura fell back, no doubt planning the next move, but we knew ours already.
I didn't really play him, if I'm being honest, Kalen. Because I usually play Destiny for a while leading up to the holiday stuff. Then take a break. It's funny because usually around the holiday events is when I stop playing Destiny. Where do I go? What is happening?
There's something we had to do
Oh.
before going after that last shard.
That's good, McCoy. Glad to hear it. Let's upgrade that rifle.
Taught him a little something from my days on the front.
I get more coin or more crystals, gems, jewels.
The country. She's all to pieces now, but still looking good.
What do you guys think for weapons? I may try out the hammer. Since I've got so many upgrades for it.
Kid's lifelong friends looking fit to keep on fighting.
Huh. Focus attack.
Ain't never letting go of his old friend with a sturdy grip like that.
Overhead strikes can stun. That's kind of nice.
He put some finishing touches on the business end of that thing.
Kalen, it does seem like couch co-op's coming back.
A hammer and an army carbine. When I was a fighting man, I used the very same. Now the weight of the world behind us every swing.
This hammer is probably going to be a monster. I don't think my armory has that, McCoy. Sorry.
Zoltan's Hollow is the Ura's border blockade. At least it used to be. Well, now it's personal, ain't it? It's personal for him, and it's personal for me. They never saw him.
Dang.
coming.
The Calamity Cannon. Okay.
He gets his hands on the care package I sent him. It's a little something I've been fixing up in my spare time.
Oh, it actually hurts me. Okay.
The Ura found a way to keep the calamity from spreading through Zoltan's Hollow.
Oh, good. Hayes is still here. Oh, bye, cat.
They got their own security and everything.
Tell Justin I said hi, I guess.
Even. Still, they ain't used to
Oh,
having
Hayes is building up. Aww.
They've got these conductors that are all what's keeping the place together. Break enough of those things and the calamity rocks slink back into the ground.
It seems mean, you know? Just shooting a rocket launcher at these small helpless eyeballs. Okay, thanks, cat.
Those rocks are like tumors, the same kind the Ura planted in the Bastion.
Oof. Dang, cat. You and McCoy would probably
the
get
Ura
along.
must be in a panic right about now. sick their little rattletail pets on the kid.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What is that supposed to mean? Should I be offended? I'll keep the hammer. It's doing good work.
Those rodents are just a bump in the road.
I don't like that turret hitting me with its floppy laser. How'd that go, McCoy? And how many times have we seen the kid die in my playthrough? One. One time. And it was on purpose. Which doesn't really help my point, but still. The kid is in great hands. I'm sure if Rux knew I was here, he would probably say the same thing. Joyful McCoy.
By now, every Ura from here to the terminals must know he's in town.
Yeah, I should hope so. Bye, cat.
Most of the Ura's conductors are squared away in the middle of the hollow. They're easy targets. Those calamity rocks must be eating that place apart from the inside.
Was not impressed with Rage 2, Caleb. Hope standing there cool like was worth it.
Keep hanging on to that barricade. After all, their homeland's not much farther.
Probably not, Kalen, because Rage 2 was really hard to make stream, which is one of the reasons I was so underwhelmed with it, because I had to put it in windowed mode and frame up the window to work with OBS. It was really inconvenient and not really worth it. Maybe when they fix
some of
the
us
stream
down
problem.
bewildered about what's happening.
Maybe then.
Maybe they know they've lost this. Lost to a kid.
You're absolutely right. And it's not so much... I think it was the graphics, something about the graphics settings made it to where it could not be captured by OBS. So I guess it wasn't intentional. I don't know. It just was...
Fix it.
It was just...
Shame the opportunity for civilized discourse is over.
Oh. Wasn't the way?
Suppose old Zolf should have got to know us better. Maybe I should have trusted him. Told him everything I knew. Zolf, the Hura, they have every reason to be angry. Beyond angry.
Oh my gosh, these freaking turrets.
But when this is
Not to
all
level
over,
up, so that's good.
it'll all be water under the bridge.
Will it?
As the hour grows desperate, the Hura bring out their big guns.
Was that really? Get bigger guns. What do I want
There's
for
nothing
Christmas?
standing in his way no more.
I mean, it'd be nice to find a
He
house.
sees the Tazzle terminals loom large on the horizon.
Honestly, I just feel like the main thing that I would want for Christmas this year is just the ability to enjoy it. Because
Way
past
out
few
there on
weeks
the edge
I've
of the
been
world. That's where he
not
finally
doing too hot,
finds you.
just kind of on edge.
But it ain't like Prosper Bluff this
Oh,
time.
let's see ya. To be continued. Play that same song again.
Ain't nothing for this gal to sing about now.
Oh,
Zia, you weren't kidnapped. No, ma'am. You just had to see what happened to the Ura. To your own people. You had to see if everything Zolf wrote to you was true. Sure you didn't drop that twangy thing on purpose? Just to see if he'd go after you? They lost everything, didn't they? But they just keep on fighting like that's gonna bring it all back. Never could ask for a song.
yeah. I just want to have some peace of
walls
mind
floated by, so I caught the kid's old knapsack.
this year. Oh, is that another?
I don't
green?
need to see
Okay.
what happened to the Ura. I'm trying to undo it, remember? The power of the calamity ain't well understood, but a hammer sure is. First step to learning the calamity canon is knowing about the machinery overrides.
I don't know when I'm upgrading it. I'm not really gonna use it. We're pretty much just looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, so it's a house that we could live in for a while. I've always liked having a second floor, but it's just preference. I don't need it.
We built the city strong. Now there's only 2 of us.
We found a couple that we like, but one of them is ooh, yeah, I'll take that. One of them is a bit too expensive, and the other one is probably not a good idea. because of some issues that it may or may not have down the road.
The Armada sure could have used one of these back in the day.
Let's see.
It's hard to sleep easy these days, what with everything that's happened.
Let's see what happens here. Seriously, I could use some gloves.
Zolf, very soon the kid's gonna have to face that man again, for the last time.
I'm getting close to the end of the game. Not doing great. Wow.
All right.
I meant to press that heal button.
They met
That
on
was
the
really
worst
stupid
day of
of me.
Zolf's life. There in the Hanging Gardens, he aimed to throw
What the heck?
it all away. It wasn't the first time Zolf had nothing to lose. He was born to a simple Ura couple who didn't last long before plague took him.
18 reflections. Oh my god.
He grew up hungry in the tunnels of the Tazzle terminals, so he took to stealing from a Ceylonian missionary living there. He
Job
once
sport.
got sloppy with his thieving hands. The missionary caught him, but didn't rat him out. Instead,
Would
he
you
offered
actually
to
buy a
take
haunted
him.
house, Caleb?
That missionary raised Zolf like a gentleman, like he was his own son. Taught him theology, history, and mercy.
Oh my gosh. I deal with the little rabbit things now too.
When the missionary passed away, Zolf promised to continue his work, to bring about a lasting peace between the Ura and Ceylondia. Zolf started teaching the missionaries wisdom to any Ura who would listen. And listen they did.
And it says, what's the worst that can happen? You see my reflection in my steam bathroom and mirror talk to me, cupboard slam, and my chairs stack up like cheerleaders? Yeah, I suppose that is the worst that could happen to you.
He advocated tolerance and argued that the Ura should atone for the war. He believed the city had much to teach his people.
I feel like the pistols maybe aren't the best weapon. As cool as they are. Oh shoot. And maybe with a higher crit chance,
However,
they'd be really
Zolf
good.
felt he could only do so much in the Tazzle terminals. He needed Caelondia to know the Ura had changed.
Crap, I did not mean to take those.
He decided to do what the missionary did many years before. He left the city of his youth to brave a savage land.
I did enjoy the first Conjuring. That's the only one I've seen.
The journey was hard, but he knew how to fend for himself. And then at last, Zolf saw the rippling walls on the horizon.
Only 9 reflections around.
He endeared himself to city folk straight away, and in turn he fell in love with the city and its people. One in particular.
Oh my gosh. This is the freaking worst.
This young lady was fascinated by the Ura, but she never met anyone like Zolf. She told him she knew all the city's best-kept secrets. The Hanging Gardens was their favorite spot.
Did he poison
There,
himself?
Zolf clasped their hands and proposed in proper Caelondian style.
I actually still haven't seen Aquaman.
celebrated with his friends long into the night. Joy and revelry like he'd never seen. Too bad he couldn't remember it all. Woke up alone underground inside the Uraselani
Well,
Memorial.
we're going to see Star Wars because a group of Anna's friends are going to see it, and they offered to get our tickets for us early. So we're going to see Star Wars mainly because it's an event with friends. We didn't see Aquaman because I don't remember if we were out of town when it originally came out, or just no one went to see it. Like, it wasn't a big thing with a lot of people. And we don't tend to go to the movies by ourselves a lot, which is kind of a shame, because we used to. We just don't do it anymore. This is awful. My finger that I'm clicking with is getting very tired.
He emerged from that hole in the ground into a waking nightmare. Everything that wasn't gone was twisted upside down.
I hate these things. In case I haven't made that clear.
The world was frozen.
Just like my
thick
hands.
with ash. What few faces he saw on the street stared back at him with gray and vacant eyes.
To be fair, Aunt May sounds like a more compelling title character than Spanish Waterman.
He found his wife-to-be asleep inside her home. But when he reached out to her, she joined with all the ashes in the sky.
Oh, that's sad. Did you know that, and this is rumored, but I think it was confirmed because it was a leak. Back when Amazing Spider-Man 2, good lord. Back when Amazing Spider-Man 2 didn't do so great, you know, and everyone hated that, which I thought it was an okay movie that just had some issues. Sony, because they were trying so hard to do what Marvel was doing, they apparently had greenlit and were in pre-production of an Aunt May movie. I could not be any closer to death right now. Oh my gosh.
So Zolf returned to where he proposed in the Hanging Gardens. And there he stood, as if the gods would answer him.
Did I do it? Oh my gosh, I did it. That was rough. So yeah, Sony...
The kid's gonna be okay. As for that man, who knows?
Sony was going to try to make like Spider-Man everything, basically. They were going to do Sinister Six, Black Cat and Silver Sable, which may still be happening, an Aunt May movie. I don't know, Caitlin, but that was apparently something they were going to be doing. And it's funny because, and I again, this is all based on rumor, I guess, if you want to call it that. But Sony's, the leaks came out because of a hack from North Korea. They hacked Sony, apparently. This is what I've heard. I don't know how true this is, but I want this to be true because it's hilarious. They hacked Sony because that movie with James Franco and Seth Rogen, The Interview, was coming out around that time, and it really pissed North Korea off. So North Korea hacked Sony, leaked all this information and stuff, and the public hated it. They were like, wow, this all sounds terrible. And so shortly after that, we hear Sony entered negotiations with Marvel, and then shortly thereafter, we get Spider-Man in Civil War, which was a big deal in 2016. So, we have James Franco and Seth Rogen to thank for Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Isn't that weird? If that is all to be true. To be considered true. Leech Aid could be nice. But it also could be a problem. So. Yep. That is also true, Caitlin.
Once the kid gets that last shard from Zolf, it'll all be over.
Oh, wow. Zolf
The
detected.
Tazzle terminals, all that's left of the Earth civilization, and the last stop on his little journey.
This is the last level. do I not have... Oh.
Folks say Mender mead's good for you. It's like an herb garden in full bloom.
I need something oily.
With that mortar and hammer, he's like a one-man demolition squad.
Oh. Yeah, North Korea does not take well to any lampooning of their leader, Kim Jong.
I can't hear him at all.
Looks like the road frosted
It's too
outside.
far away.
Oof.
But he'll be all right. He got his lifelong friend to keep him company.
Figured I started this journey with the hammer. I might as well finish it with the hammer.
The calamity hit the Tazzle terminals hardest of all. You know why Zolf went back there. The place was his home. All his old friends and family were there. Taken by the calamity. Zolf must be there.
Probably not that either, Gale.
Just waiting. You know what's funny? Well,
I think we're approaching the reveal, or I guess not really the reveal, but the confirmation of the narration and its source.
all of us are waiting for a kid. Look around. There's not much left to do here in the Bastion, I'm afraid. So why not tell each other stories to pass the time, right?
So this whole time, Rux has been telling the whole story to Zia while they're at the Bastion waiting for me to return. Which is why he's been addressing Zia directly. Are you talking about one of the Infinity Stones, Kalen?
But Zia, there's another reason I've been telling you all this. When the kid brings back that shard, the Bastion will be complete.
keep forgetting about those things that spawn these little annoyances.
This disease the Earth planted here will go away. What happens to Zolf will no longer matter.
I don't know what my birthstone is. It's whatever February is. Oh, look, I chose wrong.
Will be whole again. Everything will be back to normal. Everyone will be all right. Problem is, we'll all be gone. Oh, we're not gonna die. It's more like all of this will just stop. Things will go back to the way they used to be.
Oh, bye.
That's the power of the Bastion. This whole place is a living record of the times before the calamity. The way things were before this story. Good times, right? You follow me?
That's nice.
You'd be your old self again. Think of all those times that didn't go your way.
Interesting. Thank you for that, Galen. Did not know any of that.
All of life's little setbacks. Imagine if you could have another go at them.
Well, it helps to protect from drunkenness when you just avoid drinking. Oh, here we go. Yep.
No mistakes.
Not worth it.
Anyone you've ever hurt. Everything you've ever done, you could do it over. And wouldn't that be grand? Wouldn't you agree? Well, I guess there's nothing more to say.
hammer was a good choice for this mission.
Who am I kidding? Look. There's something else. A confession. How come I know so much about the Bastion? Well, I designed the place, but that's beside the point.
I don't know what I expected. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Either reality or time.
There's one problem with a place that sets things back to a bygone time. You can't test it. So you're probably wondering if the calamity happened already. What's to stop it from happening again after the Bastion does its thing? The answer is... I don't know. You're wondering if there ain't some other way out of this mess. It's all right. I can tell. But why would you even want another way? Unless you wanted to stay here with us.
Hayes, I love that description. Oh man.
Well, that's sweet and all, but I don't know if I can stick around.
I would probably choose the time stone because, especially lately, I feel like time is slipping from me. Like, days are getting shorter, there's never enough time to do the things that I need or want to do. So I could always use more time. So even being able to just stop time, super useful.
The weight of the calamity, it's on our shoulders.
Alright, battering ram,
Can't just
let's...
let it go.
Oh my word. Okay, yeah.
Bastion does have another function, strictly speaking.
Oh.
If ever the monument blew out and we couldn't repair it, we could still evacuate. First, we'd round up as many folks as we could carry. Next, we'd detonate the cores, and we'd take off away from here.
Be paying attention to what Rux is saying, because that's important to the ending. We're gonna end up making a choice. with my little feet.
Of course, that would mean no going back. Ever. But then again, that way all of us could leave the city. Together. You know Zolf and his countrymen won't be giving up that shard without a fight, don't you?
Keep killing me. I dare ya.
Zolf and the Ura. All they want now is to see the Bastion fall.
I'm not sure, Kalen.
Zolf dedicated his life to a lasting peace between the Ura and Caelondia.
I feel like the time stone could prevent aging while using the stone.
He can't have imagined the city would try to wipe the Ura out. Zolf ain't lost every shred of decency though, has he? He tried to warn you about his plans. He tried to warn the kid. For Zolf, this ain't a personal matter.
Hayes says age isn't actually a time thing, it's just cells repairing themselves, and after a while of doing that, errors happen in your DNA. Then the errors replicate, causing things like what I'm calling white hair and death. But one could argue that through altering time, you could return to a point in which, you know, your cells had not replicated to the point of error. So, age is still a time thing. Technically.
It ain't a simple matter of pride either.
Oh, you're still alive? Okay.
One thing's for sure, the Ura can't be happy that the kid followed Zolf all the way home.
This is important. This is the big moment. So there's Zolf. First choice. Move on. Abandon Zolf's body and press forward with the battering ram. And we've seen how powerful the battering ram is. Zolf's situation is hopeless and a distraction. His plan to avenge the Ura only brought more suffering. All that matters is the safe return of the shard. Or take Zolf. Abandon the battering ram and pick up Zolf's body instead. So we are losing the battering ram. Zolf is badly injured but breathing. It appears his countrymen turned on him as their situation grew desperate. He nearly destroyed the Bastion. And yet... So, what do we do? I think I already know what I'm gonna do, but I just want to know what you guys think. A few more seconds, and then we'll move on. We choose to take Zolf.
I can see it now. The kid in one corner, and Zolf in the other. Ain't much of a fight.
So, this is one of the cool things that the narrative does. We are now at the point to where Rux doesn't know what's happening. This is beyond, like, the kid is doing this as Rux is telling the story. So Rux is here talking about, like, how he thinks it'll go down with Zolf and the kid. And this part, for whatever reason, this is the part that when I first played this game, maybe it was because I played it really late at night, because that happened a lot back then, but this part brought me to tears. It was just a really powerful moment. So.
Don't you worry, though. Once the Bastion's restored, it'll all be alright. You ain't still thinking about that whole leaving the city thing, are you?
I see your star, you left it burning for me. Mother, I'm here. Eyes open wide, feel your
Kid's probably dealt with Zolf by now. He reminds me of myself when I was his age. I ever tell you about those days?
Oof. Yep, still got the chills. And that's not just because it's like 20 degrees in this room.
Hey, kid. Get up, kid. Come on, that ain't funny. I say get up. That's more like it. Now, set that shard into the monument there. Then we'll talk. The Bastion. It's finally finished. Now, there's something I want you to see. Welcome to the heart of the Bastion. I ain't one for long goodbyes, so here's the deal. Zia and I figure you done the heavy lifting, so you get to do the honors. We can tell you how to work this thing if you got any questions. Hey, kid. Don't let anything you've done get to you. You can save all those creatures here and now. You've got one thing left to do, so you hang on to that badge. Besides, you earned it. Zolf only brought more ruin to the Ura. No wonder they didn't take kindly to him. Always wondered what the motherland was like. Not that it matters anymore.
Are you guys catching on?
You can undo the calamity here and now. Go on, kid. And before I forget, thank you.
We made it. Any moment I'd want to live again happened after the calamity, not before. When I finally found my people, I told them we could help. They just took me for a traitor. Glad you showed up. Zolf tried to talk me into joining him. I tried to talk him out of it. I guess we both failed.
And so since we're now in real time, and this isn't just Rox telling a story, we actually hear Zia's voice.
If I could be any place I wanted, I'd stay right here. We could go anywhere in the world. So, let's see. You can either prevent the calamity, or stick around with me and Rex. I'd hate to be in your shoes.
So, two choices. The Bastion is designed to where it can basically reset everything to before the calamity. So basically it's a reset button. Everyone that has been lost will be spared. All the damage that's been done will be undone, but the future, we don't know how to change it. So history will repeat itself. Unless if they can think of a way to stop it. Or we leave it all behind. We let the past be the past and not try to change it, and move on. Since we can't alter anything that's happened or will happen, we accept what's happened, and we move on with our lives, and or option B, use the timestamp. What do you guys think? Initiate Bastion's restoration protocol. This process will restore to a previous world state and is irreversible. Use only as directed. Or evacuation. This process will cause irreparable damage to the core. Receptacles, disabling the restoration protocol. So here's the interesting thing. I'm going to talk about this for a second while you guys tell me what you think. I already know what I'm going with. If you do restoration, I've done both in the past, but if you do restoration, you literally build in an excuse for New Game Plus to exist, which it does. So if you select restoration, the game starts over and Rux is just like, I feel like this has happened before. So the game literally creates a time loop. But with evacuation, there's still New Game Plus, obviously, but it's I forget how they do it. So the reason I'm not gonna go with restoration is because if I remember correctly, the ending for evacuation is better and more satisfying. And there's a song that you get that I don't think you get in the restoration ending. If I can reload it to where I can get the restoration ending though. I will see if I can do that. So we're gonna click this one.
Oh, mother. And here I figured you'd had enough of me by now. You could have undone the calamity itself. But instead, you want to stay in a world like this. I gotta admit, kid, I ain't yet put much thought in that idea of carrying on with you here. We can't go back no more, but I suppose we could go wherever we please. And if anyone's left out there, I sure would like to see the look on their faces when we dock this thing right on that doorstep. Getting ahead of myself, though. I'm gonna need a first mate. What do you say?
I set myself, fly the wind it will take me back to my home, sweet home. Lie on my back, climb to make it wait for me. I'm coming home, sweet home. I see your star, you left it running for me. Brother, I'm here.
I feel like I just need to let these roll. I love this song because it's a combination of both of the diegetic songs in the game. Zolf's song as well as Zia's song. It's just so good. Oh, the squirt lived, and so we got that art. Oh, we wouldn't have gotten that art if the squirt died or if Zolf died. Huh. I love this soundtrack, Hayes. It's incredible. This ending just seems like it's right. Because I feel like we would have ended up here no matter what. Because I don't think there was a way to alter the past. I'll see if I can, Kaylin, because I remember getting both endings when I first played this game back in the day. I just don't remember if I literally played it twice or not. So what'd you guys think? There is no manual saving, Kalen. Well, if you have an iOS device, like iPad, iPhone, this game is actually free till January 1. I think it's free to own, so you should go download it. It's a great game to just experience for yourself. The story is just really well executed. It's very different, very unique. Soundtrack is amazing. Yeah, there will be other streams this week, Caitlin. Is it gonna let me do it? Is it gonna make me do the last mission all over again? I bet it will. Yeah. I will look up the other ending and send it on the Discord. And then I might go record it for my own use. But yeah, that's Bastion. Probably the quickest forward compatible playthrough we've had, because these streams haven't been too terribly long. Holy crap, I've been streaming for nearly 3 hours though. Wow. Yeah, that sounds about right. But I'm gonna call it here. Get working on the review, because I haven't started yet. But hope you guys enjoyed it. We will be back maybe tomorrow night. It won't be me, because I'll be going to see Star Wars. I might do something late tomorrow night. Who knows? We'll see. But stay tuned with us this week. Look forward to the review of Bastion on Monday, as well as all of our other content like podcasts. We're going to be doing Best of 2019 on Monday, so don't miss out. And join our Discord if you haven't. Thanks for watching. See you next time.